Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you thought Fashion Week was predictable, think again. Because today, we're diving into the moment that left the entire fashion world speechless. That's right, Lisa did something no one dared to do at the Louis Vuitton Paris Fashion Week 2025, and the reaction from Frederic Arnault? Absolutely unforgettable. He didn't just notice her, he looked at her like the whole world disappeared. So what really happened on that runway? What did Lisa do that no other star had the courage to pull off? And why is Frederic's gaze making headlines all over the globe? Stay with us, because we're breaking it all down, every powerful moment, every hidden meaning, and trust us, you won't want to miss a second of this. If you're as shocked, inspired, or just plain hooked as we are, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we've got more iconic moments coming your way. Let's get into it. Paris, the city of lights, stood still for a moment. At the heart of the bustling Louis Vuitton Fashion Week 2025, among the sea of photographers, flashing lights, and couture-clad celebrities, one woman did something no one saw coming. Lisa, Blackpink's icon, muse of global fashion, and the woman who has constantly redefined stardom, took a step that silenced the crowd and left one man completely mesmerized, Frederic Arnault. It wasn't just the dress. Although yes, her gown, a daring reinvention of classic elegance with a fierce, modern silhouette, sparkled like constellations had fallen to earth and stitched themselves into her very being. It wasn't even just the walk, although that alone would have been enough to claim every headline across the globe. No, what truly stunned everyone was what she did in the middle of that runway. A move so unexpected, so bold, and so deeply personal that even the most seasoned fashion editors were left speechless, clutching their lattes in disbelief. As she reached the center of the catwalk, instead of maintaining the practiced, emotionless gaze that every model is trained to perfect, Lisa stopped. Yes, stopped. The music paused with her as if the universe itself aligned to her presence. She raised her hand, placed it softly over her heart, and turned directly toward the front row. There, sitting like a modern-day monarch, was Frederic, his eyes already fixed on her, as if no one else existed. And then, with a soft, almost imperceptible smile, she bowed, not to the cameras, not to the audience, but to him. It was a moment charged with more than just showmanship. It was intimate, raw, real. In a world where every move is choreographed and every glance calculated, this was unrehearsed magic. You could feel the collective intake of breath from the crowd. People turned, whispering, gasping, even crying. And Frederic? He didn't move. His expression didn't break into surprise. It melted into something far deeper: pride, admiration, affection, and something else no one could quite name. But it was there. Undeniable. The cameras, hungry for the perfect shot, captured not just a fashion moment, but a declaration. That runway didn't just showcase clothing, it revealed connection. Lisa wasn't just walking for Louis Vuitton. She was walking for something or someone greater. And Frederic, heir to one of the greatest fashion dynasties in the world, wasn't just another executive in the front row. In that moment, he looked at Lisa the way poets write about stars. Social media exploded before she even left the runway. Hashtag LisaLV 2025 and hashtag Frederic Look at Her trended worldwide. Fans and fashion insiders alike speculated wildly. Was this a confirmation of long-rumored feelings? A power move? A subtle rebellion against the script of the fashion elite? Whatever it was, it worked, and the world was hooked. Backstage, reporters scrambled for quotes. Designers gushed. Models whispered. Some cried. One insider shared, "We've never seen Frederic like that. He's usually calm, composed. But when Lisa looked at him like that and did what she did, he looked moved. And that's rare." And Lisa? When asked about the moment, she only smiled. Sometimes, she said, "You don't need to explain everything. The feeling is enough." The simplicity of her words was almost haunting. In an industry obsessed with layers, illusions, and curated identities, Lisa stripped it all away in one gesture. And maybe that's what made it so powerful. She didn't just steal the show, she changed it. She reminded the world that amidst all the sequins, lights, and headlines, the human moments are what we remember. The ones that crack through the gloss and hit something deeper. Frederic, when finally approached by press later that evening, gave only one sentence. She didn't walk the runway tonight, she owned it. And yes, I saw everything. The mystery, the elegance, the audacity, it was pure Lisa. And it was everything fashion had been missing. As night fell over Paris, with the Eiffel Tower glowing in the distance and the echoes of the day's spectacles still lingering in every conversation, one truth had already solidified itself in the minds of everyone who bore witness. What Lisa did tonight will not be forgotten. Not in a week, not in a year. This was history. This was fashion rewritten. And somewhere in the crowd, Frederic Arnault knew she hadn't just walked into the spotlight.
She was the spotlight.
As the after-party commenced at a secret rooftop venue overlooking the Seine, the energy in the room shifted. This wasn't just another Fashion Week celebration. There was a kind of reverence in the air, as if everyone present understood they had witnessed something far greater than fabric and flair. Lisa arrived later than most, flanked by her team, yet somehow glowing above them all. She didn't need a spotlight. She was the glow. Frederic, already in the room, seemed entirely unchanged from earlier, yet entirely transformed. He wasn't the businessman anymore. Not tonight. Tonight, he was the man everyone was watching for how he would respond. Would he approach her? Would they speak? Would there be another moment, just for them? And then it happened. As she stepped onto the rooftop terrace, Lisa paused for just a moment, like she could feel the weight of every eye in the room, and locked eyes with him once again. No words.
No teatrix.
Just a quiet exchange of presence that sent chills down the spine of every observer. He moved toward her slowly, like every step mattered. And when they finally stood face to face, neither said a word, but the silence between them was louder than anything the DJ could play. A toast was raised, not by them, but for them. One of the models, with a shaking champagne glass, said what everyone was thinking, to the queen of the night and the man who looked at her like she ruled the world. They both laughed then, gently, as if the pressure of the world had dissolved for a second. For that fleeting moment, there was no Blackpink.
No LVMH. No cameras.
Just two people, somehow still human in the chaos of stardom. And yet, nothing more was revealed. No public statements. No hand-holding. No kisses for the tabloids. It was Lisa's mystery that made her magic, and Frederic seemed to understand that better than anyone. He didn't need to claim her. He just needed to see her. And oh, did he see her. The next day, fashion critics were left scrambling to rewrite their reviews. Headlines changed. Editorials shifted. The moment that saved Paris Fashion Week, one called it. Lisa doesn't follow trends. She is the trend.